Lords, how does it feel? Living in the end, living in the end of feeling as if it's yours. And it's really a state of being. It's a state of peace. It's a state of gratitude. It's a state of not needing anything, not wanting anything, but just being in this flow of creativity, this flow of abundance. It's where you realize there are no more problems because you became the solution. You became the new man. You became the I am. And what I'm realizing now is that it's a transcendent beingness. It's a transcendent beingness of it's an exhale. It's a feeling to where you're not perturbed. You're not shaken. You've liberated your consciousness from its delusional identity of the ego, of the mind, the thoughts, all of these phenomena. To just feel it, It's not looking for anything. It's just living in the end. That creation is finished. It's living in the end to where everything is perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Father. There's no more warfare. There's no more reacting. There's just this flow of creativity. There's this flow of trust. There's this flow that it no longer matters what is happening within circumstance. It no longer matters. And when I say living in the end, it is really just a state of consciousness. This is what I'm getting to, kind of my epiphany that I'm sharing. It's not one moment or one day or, checking the surface, checking the views, checking the sales. I started to realize success, wealth, you name it. It's all just a state of consciousness. And it's really natural. It's a simplicity in the feeling of being. It's where you start to become aware of who is aware, to where you cannot really be shaken anymore by appearances. You're good. That is living in the end. It's a state of peace, a state of contentment. Characteristics of your true universal self. So how does it feel? It feels really good because it's a flow. It's not a contrasting theme. It's not contraction, but it's more or less you are just in this creative presence. The person is sticky, the presence is sweet. The person has a lot of problems, but the presence always has a solution. So it is really coming back to that present moment. It is letting go and letting I am. It is returning to the miracle machine of the mighty I am. It's beautiful. Proud of all of you. I'm encouraging all of you in reflecting that greatness, that wealth. You didn't know yeah, man. That millionaire vision, genius. What a genius you are. Everything's flooding into you. And it's not that you're looking. There's no more checking. There's no more doubting. You're becoming a magnet. You are becoming the magnet that doesn't lift a finger, but it just simply flows and creates as that one. It creates as the one that already has it. There's nothing to look for. There's nothing to chase after. There's no one to become. There's nothing to acquire. There's nothing to learn because you already are it. And when we move from that state of living in the end, it's a beautiful thing. Your energy comes back to you. You're no longer stressing. You're no longer worried. Because you know that whatever may be placed before you always serves you. It always serves you in the greatest way possible, beyond the ego's comprehension. So I'm spreading that love, I'm spreading that light to all of you. So we come to this moment of tranquility, we come to this moment of relaxing. Relaxation is really the acceleration. It's the trust and relaxation of you already having it. I've been waking up to the wish fulfilled daily. And I find myself more being pulled to create rather than to chase. I find myself not needing to do much in the 3D when it comes to action, survival mode, or none of that. You simply know the infinite wellspring, which is coming within and through you and for you, is readily accessible. You just sense that, feel that. Things will come, like the mosquito that landed on my nose. It's not being able to react. Once you stop reacting, everything shifts. Once you stop checking, everything shifts because you're now signaling correctly to the universe, to yourself, that you already have it. This is it. This is it. This is the law. Semen retention, we've been killing it. A lot of women are coming, to my services, it's kind of funny how it's all women. So it's been pretty neat. Most people, AK sack of 7. I mean, I got ready before I came out here. I just felt like this ox, I felt like, like there was just this weight to your freaking presence, when you're walking anywhere, So that's kind of funny. And it's not this intimidation, it's really just knowing your power. It's knowing your authority, and it's realizing this also hit me. How can I be afraid of everyone when everyone is just you, pushed out? See, you stop fearing people. You stop fearing cold approaches. You stop fearing interacting. You're interacting with yourself. You're interacting with you. It's always you, don't you see? So if it's always you, then how can it miss you? You know what I mean? The wealth. This is the bridge that I love, the bridge of incidence, right? And I'm going to tell you how I'm finding it to really work is that there's not really a process, at least intellectually or mentally. You're not thinking, how is this going to happen? How am I going to, there's none of that. It is more of a higher intelligence that just starts to, you as the I am, the co-creative consciousness, it just starts to kind of like a Rubik's Cube flick around the game. And a great insight that I found right now, as we're kind of transurfing reality, is to fall in love with the moment. Completely, totally. No matter what is taking place. No matter what is really happening. Because it all serves you. Because you created it. And there's nothing your higher self and oversoul creates on accident. It's a freaking infinite intelligence. Just bask in that, radiate in that. It's not who's shining brighter or none of these types of egoic, theatrics. It's not about that. It's not fighting anyone, but it's really coming to that center. Do it with me. Ha. Ha. Of it already being yours. So it's a state of consciousness. This is groundbreaking. It was never one day I'm going to be peaceful. One day I'm going to be free. One day I'm going to be wildly wealthy. It's a state of consciousness. And that state of consciousness is what is really creating a reality. Your being state, your internal frequency, the vibration, your conception. This has been the quickest way to shed the old story. It's just simply indifference. It's a holy indifference to where, okay, I see that. Namaste. You don't react to it. Because life really in itself, it has no meaning other than what you give it. Life truly is what you create it to be. It is always what you create it to be. Notice the neutrality of the perceptual field of phenomena. And I felt this one thing I was walking, self-perception is creative in nature. The way you perceive yourself is in a form an alchemical art of creation. You can shift the way you perceive it any time. You can perceive yourself as that wealthy man, that strong man, or women, however you like to see it. But it is the art of conscious creative perception. It's a book I'm going to be writing soon. The art of conscious creative perception. I'm also now doing the consultations. The 7-layer HECPAD scan we go through for the architecture of the sovereign human being. We go through every layer. Where we go to the roots. We go through the 7 layers within the human architecture of your consciousness, your energy, all the way down to the physical. And we go through these layers, and it's correlated to the auric field in every layer, to which creates this physical matter. So I've noticed it. We train the spirit to train the mind. We train the mind to master the body. It is all in a coherence. That is why MBS equilibrium, coherent healing. It is why that was kind of channeled through me. And it wasn't my will, but you have to see that God's desire is also your desire. And I wanted to kind of hit on this as well. It's not egoic for you to want to be wealthy or any of these things. It is the I am looking to contribute that abundance, that wealth, that love, that creativity through you for the rest of us. And I've noticed that. It is perpetual harmony at the core, underneath everything, under all the noise, under all that is taking place. So we can really just kind of find a relaxation into that. It's beautiful. So do not fight what it is you're aware of. Notice it, see it, and don't identify. Because that non-identification is really the master key. That non-identification is really what is wielding the I am. When you don't identify with the circumstance, when you don't identify with the experience, you're having it, mind you, but you're no longer stuck to it. You're detaching from it. You're recreating within it. You're recreating the dream within the dream, all based on your internal energies. So the inner, it's the inner following the outer, not the outer controlling the inner. You feel me? Because when we get to that state, where you can just kind of flow. You can flow with what is. Just feel that. This is living in the end. It's finished. It's that simple. It's done. Feel it. What is there to think about? What is there any more desire? What is there anything to check? You have it. It's done. Am I stressing? Am I panicking? Am I looking? Am I searching for what I am? It's always there. It's always been there within you. You're much more than who you thought yourself to be to this point. You're much more than just this garment. And it's having a presence within it. Like I said, go from the person to the presence. And feel the difference. Feel the expansion. Feel the relaxation. Because once the mind is free, the body can be free. So it's coming to that still point, that 0 point field of consciousness of infinite possibility. And that is really all energy is. It's an expression of that infinite possibility that is within you. So you'll start to notice from the I am state, from the gate of the miracle machine, the undefeatable, immortal, unstoppable I am that is within you. The silence will speak. Just stop looking. Rocking the smoky course, baby. Mosquitoes, not even paying no mind. They can do what they like to do. This is the art of non-resistance. This is Zen at its finest. It is not resisting. It is not pushing nor pulling. That is where the real power comes from. It's a strength that comes from softness. What a paradox. And it's not brute forcing things to happen, but it's more or less becoming in a state that is so magnetic to where it just comes to you. It just comes. You're not looking. It'll come to you when you least look for it. Notice it. When you're chasing it, it runs. When you're reaching for it, it pulls back. But when you enter that state of being, that full presence, you find it was you that brought it to yourself. So just know that everything is, in a way, perfect when we really look at it clearly, no matter what is going on, because that calmness under chaos, that is also power. That is true strength. So just know. Be. Just simply be. Be present. Be here. Be here now. There's nothing you have to suffer for anymore. There's nothing you have to beat yourself up about anymore. Even senses, I've noticed it. Even sensory impressions. Well, you're the awareness of that as well. The I am is untouched by it all. So it's kind of waking up within the dream to realize that you're the entire dreamer. To realize there truly is no separation. To realize that Christ consciousness, that unity consciousness, that is when the magician within you is unleashed. It is accessing and manipulating higher energies at will for the greater good. Beyond sensory analysis, beyond sensory interpretation. How does it feel? It feels pretty effortless, if you ask me. To just live from the end. And when you live from the end, you start to just move as the one that already had it. You move as the one that has what it desires. You're no longer stressing about 3D or any of the stuff. You operate from it. It's trippy, but it's simple. It's genius. This is the art of not trying. And in the art of not trying, this is when everything starts to flow like a freaking tsunami into your reality. So if it were true, how would you feel? Honestly. If you had it all, how would you feel? You'd feel pretty relaxed. You'd feel relief. You'd feel the inner security of having it. So gain dominion over the senses. Gain dominion over the sense man or the sense women. And realize that at the most core's truth, the higher you, the real you, the I am, contains everything and is missing nothing. Just like nature, everything is grown and accomplished without any force. It's a presence. It's realizing you are this moment. It's realizing what you've been looking for, you already were. What I've been reaching for, I already had. What you thought you were without was really within this entire time. And it's not a linear type of perspective. It's more or less that non-linear field of consciousness. The field, they call it. There's nothing for you to, man, just just breathe, man, relax. You're there. You're at the top. You're on the top of the hill. This is the sermon from the top of the hill, if you could call it. And there's a gratitude for it. Gratitude is very powerful when it comes to this. And shifting into that allowance, shifting into the allowance, allowing, receiving. Money loves that. You are money if you didn't realize it, because it's all really you, if you haven't figured it out by now. the allowance, the overall balance within yin and yang, the masculine and feminine energies within you, being in a general state of ease. All of life flows to me with ease, joy, and glory. You are that magician. You can literally speak, you can command, you can alchemize these energies. The higher planes overcome the lower ones, like it states in the Kabbalion. But I'm going to be practical at the same time with you, because I just want to have a grounded little flow session with you, kind of ground you back in. This is why we're in nature, get you tapped into the earth, to ground this knowing within. So to see you've been missing nothing. You're whole, you are complete. That is your natural state. What a freaking cosmic joke. What a cosmic joke. You know, it's like everything that we go through in life, it leads us back to this same understanding. That it's not what I'm getting. It's not what I'm doing, but it's more or less what I'm being. And what I'm being will create the chain of events. It'll create that. You become the cause, which masters the effect. We're back. I had to clear up some storage, but we were getting juicy. It was getting really juicy. And that's what I mean. When you master, you become the master of the effect. Literally. You feel how still this is right now? That's the pure I am. It's a stillness. It's a freedom. Never look again. Never look again. Because you are. You always were. Enjoy this thing. Just like heaven and hell are both states of mind, states of consciousness. And it's readily accessible to you at any moment. At any moment, just like that, you can choose. Because you're the creator. I feel completion. You almost become the fulfillment. You embody the fulfilled desire. You embody. This requires no thinking, no efforting, no straining. It's you become it. You just be it. You be the one that already has it. You be the one that has already received it. And you look not outside of you. You know it's you. It's on its way. It's on its way. To just feel the naturalness, just like nature. There's an equilibrium here. There's an equilibrium I'm sensing that we're all connected to. This infinite field of supply, of abundance. Everything is here just to bring us back to the core. Even allow your darkness and whatever may be transpiring for you, allow that to lead you back home to this. Simply return to the I am. Man, it feels like a dream right now. And this is lucid living. Lucid living. This is waking up in the dream, the God consciousness, the realization, to where you go beyond even judgment, and you go beyond even the duality, the dualistic trap of me and you, you know? Me versus that. I'm up here, you're down here. You're missing nothing. You've never been missing anything. This is kind of that living in the end frequency, that living in the end vibration. You feel it in your body so deeply, viscerally, through your nervous system. That is where you want to go. To where you don't care what the views say, you don't check the sales, you don't even need to think about that. And when it's arrived, you feel the arrival. It comes through you in your presence. So allow it to be natural. Allow it to be like the Tao. Fluid, formless, unshaken, translucent to a point of, like I said, imperturbable, to where sense phenomena. I mean, who am I? Who am I that can be lacking anything? Because the me's and I's are not really true, or you. That's a little self-inquiry practice I was doing earlier, and I was like, who am I? Who am I that's depressed? Me. Who am I? Who am I that's missing anything? Me. If it's always me, then you know it's not you. So just bask in that. Bask in that end. It's finished. Creation is finished. Never think a thought again. Don't even think. There's nothing to think about because you know. You don't need to think. Just know. That's kind of a Zen thing that I felt, to where your mind is empty as space. Emptiness. There's a power in that emptiness, that pure beingness. Authenticity, right? It's an authentic expression of you, your sentience, just really coming through. We're going to say this little gratitude together. You know? Let's end this off with a little prayer. Thank you, Father, for thou hast heard me, for thou hast always heard me. Grateful. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you for the receiving. Thank you for the end. Thank you for the completion. Thank you for the fulfillment. Thank you for the full embodiment. For I am one with the wish. You are one with the wish. And the wish is one with you. Unconditional love is the I am. Unconditional love is your true state. It's your core frequency. That is your natural state. Unconditional love. You can't struggle to love yourself once you realize you are unconditional love itself. And that is the Christ consciousness. That is when we can really, in our most deepest maturity, spiritually, so we can hold this vibration. We can hold this no matter what is going on. You be that temple. You be that sanctuary. You become it. You are it. May your problems vanish right here, right now. May any other inklings of doubt, confusion, frustration, may it all just dissolve now. Leave it here. Let's leave it here. What do you say? Just let it all flow. Let it flow naturally. I love you guys, man. I really do, because I see I in the all. The one in the one. It is done.